friends, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I wanted to give my Dazzle Beach a makeover with the Lake Stock Kit, which are craftable rewards with the ongoing Summer Sizzle Event. When I first saw these, I was so happy to finally have a real docks for my beach. Although we can't walk on it, it really helped fill out my beach and transform it into my valley's own Tortuga. If you are interested in seeing how this is made, then keep on watching. This is the item list. I actually use a lot of Storybook Vale rock clusters and normal rocks that go on the water. And with the trees, I have just added a little touch of magic pirate mast and ropes which you can craft. I can't lie y'all, I was so geeked to use these docks, but figuring out this part alone took 2 days. I first take the dock pieces and create a general shape where it starts to curve on the sides. When you hit the rocks on the right, I actually don't care that the docks don't line up because I promise it doesn't matter in the end. Just get the general shape of the docks by rotating them to curve it. I do place it close to the coast, and this will allow me to reach all of the fishing spots in case anyone was concerned. I just recommend exiting furniture mode to test it out yourself and make adjustments before continuing on with the build. Now I use a lot of Moontide waves from the Pocahontas reward, and I cluster them together to line the dock pieces. To me this reads like shallow water, and to give the water some dimension, as it was in a lot of pirate docks reference photos that I found online. I also put a lot of dingy boats, which was rewarded by Flynn's friendship quests, and I put a lot of them lining the docks. It's because there aren't many pirate looking ships, so the only thing that can match the vibe truly is Prince Eric's ship. I am taking these tall jungle reeds, but you can use any reeds found in the underbrush section, and I put them where there are more obvious gaps created by the curving dock pieces. I found that you can't put a lot of the items in the docks, but you can put this Agrabah Market pottery stand, so I put a couple of those down. Now something that really shaped my build was using lots of rocks out in the water. I have never decorated this way, but to me a pirate town feels more rough and jagged, so I thought having rough patches of rocks would make the vision come true. I use a bunch of lighthouses and cluster some of those Storybook Vale rock clusters first, and then some normal valley rocks. It's under the rocks tab and it should literally just be called rock, so don't mix that up with the Dazzle Beach rocks which only go on land. I actually combined a bunch of different building sets that you would think wouldn't work well together, so I made this bell tower part with the Tulip Town set and combined it with the Tulip Town arches. I'll also use some bamboo trees and palm trees to frame the back of it, while also making the rock node back there accessible. Pathing will later evolve in the build, so for now I'm laying down a simple path and I'll use the worn brick road from the Perfect Romance Star Path. I'll start to decorate along the docks, and I don't want to distract from it too much, so first I'll just put down these Storybook Vale lamp posts to begin with. I do pivot back towards the peaceful meadow area, and I throw in a bunch of castle ruined walls to give it that rundown look. I put some trees behind it as well, and I begin littering the ground with some barrels and beach grass. I use these vents going down the path and then add more stalls. I would have used the Trader Sam stall if I had it, so I instead used this Western general store with an Aladdin stall. Back to the docks, I add some piratey furniture from whatever I had bought previously, mixing in a bunch of Aladdin furniture and also some basic craftables like the crates and barrels. I want to mess up the path a bit as well, so I'm going to scatter these broken cobblestones and then follow up with some driftwood paths, but you can substitute these ones with the jungle planks. I'm going to make this stretch of beach the marketplace, which leads up to the main pirate town. So I will start with creating that path which leads to the dock, and then put a bunch of these Eternity Isle stalls. I also add Goofy's stall here, and later I will put Aladdin's gem stall to the market as well, but this would be a great place if you wanted to add in all of the villager stalls that we have in the game. I make sure to mix in some castle ruins as well to keep it consistent with the previous area, and I make the space behind there wide enough so you can still go over there and fish. This felt so random but also very well placed. I'm going to put Scar's house here because it just gives pirate, there's no other explanation. I'm making that same bell tower structure that I did by the docks to be the center of the pirate town, and this centerpiece area changes many times. Eventually it will be the teleport well that's in the center, but I try out a bunch of fountains before that change. And I'm laying out the buildings first, using Gaston and Flynn's home here, some more arches to lead to that mystical cave, and a place to put Moana's fish boat. I extended the path into the town, and I will also make that path go underneath the buildings while we use a different one for the center. And here I am just adding some more vents throughout the pathing, and I had to change the fountain to the Fountain of Youth, but that will also change. I thought, why not add another docks? So I made a smaller one which will have Donald's ship. Now this one I will say you can't reach his house, so for that you can either move it somewhere closer on the beach, or like me, you can just move it each time you need to enter. But that is completely up to you. Once again, I'm adding more Moontide waves and dingy boats to complete these docks. For this part, I start to decorate in small areas with some of the smaller furniture. You're also going to see me add to the docks, putting in more lighthouses and clustering more rocks around the area. I went back to finish the marketplace and thought that there was too much red, so I swapped some of those stalls with the blue ones. So I'll keep adding more stalls and once again adding the gem stall, and you can put whatever you want inside of this marketplace. I layer it with a lot of Aladdin rugs and furniture and maybe some display tables with some pirate relics. I also added more fitting furniture like these barrel tables and seats and the tavern piano, which is a time-bending recipe. Now I have done this part before, but with this specific stone slab pathing, I like to use these wrought iron walkway slabs to create a pattern. This is totally optional if you are saving your item count, but to me this added a little something special. Behind the town, I start to weave the path through to the Peaceful Meadow and Forest of Valor entrances, and then decorate the back of here as well. I make a little corner with a pirate bunk bed, and this is where I will eventually have a crafting station and cooking station for this biome, though you don't see me put that in the video. I'm basically filling up all of the empty spots with furniture that we've already used, and especially this little corner by the meadow. This part is sped up because I am just starting to place trees everywhere. I use a mixture of Sunlit and Dazzle Beach palm trees, some Dune palm trees from Eternity Isle as well, just putting them where I think it fits well, varying in size so that it looks naturally placed. Like I did in the docks, I'm layering broken cobblestones and driftwood planks on the floor to make it messier. From where I had stopped putting the Moontide waves in the main docks, I'm going to continue it down, curving it around this Skull Rock Island first, and then connecting it to Donald's docks. I also switch up the pathing here, and I use some ancient pathing to make it more interesting, and also switch out some of that worn brick road to the version with borders. To make this little island by Skull Rock Peter's home, so I ended up moving the Fountain of Youth here so that I could replace the other one with the well. Here I am clustering a bunch of furniture, framing the house with some more trees, and I'll use the garden stones in the end to surround the island. Back to add more furniture, and this is where my clutter decorating habit was starting to really kick in, so it just felt like I needed to be more messy and more disorganized because it is supposed to feel like an old pirate town. To fix the arches by the mystical cave as well because I needed to make sure that we can reach the rock nodes on both sides. I crafted ropes which aren't in furniture mode but in your inventory, so I put them down everywhere. And if you do use the vacuum to clean up your valley, you have to be very careful to not accidentally pick these up. the finishing touches on the water side, I add a bunch more rocks to pollute the waters, and this is also very helpful in taking up volume to make the beach feel less empty. In the evening time, I went and added some lights, and you can use whichever lights that you want, but I liked the look of these alpine lanterns. And once you are done with that, then you are done with this build. Thank you so much for watching the speed build and the walkthrough. I'm very happy with how this turned out, as I'm a huge fan of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and I really wanted this pirate build in my valley for so long. Although we can't walk on these docks, they helped solve another problem which I always had, which was that the beach was too small to decorate. With these items that can be placed so far out in the water, it really helps tie the beach together. This is definitely one of my favorite builds in my valley, and I just hope that this video has brought you some inspiration with these lake docks set. If you liked the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!